We know this tragedy happened in this theatre, so if someone would like to come and make their presence known. People say that they still see you in your seat in the theatre. Was that you? I heard a tap.
Tonight I will be investigating the Tyne Theatre and Opera House, said to be one of the most haunted theatres in the United Kingdom. On the 18th of September 1867, the Tyne Theatre opened to the people of Newcastle, a new venue that would showcase large Victorian stage spectaculars. These were huge shows that had large props and stages built with devices and tricks that allowed scenes to be created to a live audience. These would employ usually up to 30 people to help controlling the ropes connected to the stage props. Quite often, ex-sailors would be employed who had experience of pulling ropes. Victorian theatre has become a lost art in the modern times of cinema. Before the theatre was even opened, it was hiding dark secrets, a shady sign of the times. The Thornton Street Cemetery was formed in 1835 when a plot of land outside of the city walls was bought by the Newcastle Jewish community. However, Newcastle was developing and expanding very fast, and soon the council took back the majority of the land to start building here, including this very theatre, just 3 decades later. No attention was paid to the families who had buried loved ones, only for their graves to be built over. Today, a small square section of burial site still remains visible from satellite imagery and is closed to the public viewing. Only 5 headstones remain. The majority of those buried here are probably now below the surrounding buildings, including the rear of the stage of the Tyne Theatre. Stories of hauntings inside the theatre started very early on in its life, but this theatre has also been the scene of a tragedy. A cannonball rolling across railings high above the audience would create the sound effect of thunderstorms, but a mishap in 1887 saw the prop fail, and a 36-pound cannonball would fall from the railings and crushing the head of Robert Crowther, who was sat directly below. Despite his instant death being witnessed by a traumatic theatre full of people, there have been over 300 reported sightings of Robert since. The most common paranormal phenomenon is the smell of tobacco, usually smelled by staff late at night, long after the theatre has been closed. The theatre was later turned into a cinema in 1919, showing films, a new type of entertainment that gradually took the interest of the public as the demand for live stage productions slowly died down. It wasn't until the 1970s that stage shows would later return to the Tyne Theatre. Financial hard times fell upon the building, and for a while it was even used to show X-rated pornography. The building would later be almost destroyed on Christmas Day in 1985 when a fire tore through it, but it was rescued and subsequently restored. A female spirit is often seen here in the theatre. Some believe this could be Bessie Featherstone. Bessie was an actress who was starring in Aladdin. On New Year's Day in 1907, Bessie received the tragic news that her husband had passed away at their home in Bristol. Despite this news, Bessie carried on acting and took part in a rehearsal in the Tyne Theatre. She collapsed and died on stage. Her official cause of death was listed as typhoid, but many people believe she may have died of a broken heart after receiving the devastating news just hours before. In 2010, the TV show Britain's Got Talent filmed auditions here in the theatre. One of the judges, Piers Morgan, claimed to have had small stones thrown at him whilst he was sitting in the theatre. This may be paranormal, but there could also be a more logical explanation for people throwing stones at him. Tonight I will have full access to this theatre to investigate the paranormal claims here. I'll take you beneath the stage, where the former burial site used to be, and beneath the auditorium, where a former cobbled street is still visible today. The front part of this theatre is built directly over a part of Hadrian's Wall.
Well, here we are. I am inside the Tyne Theatre and Opera House here in Newcastle upon Tyne. A fantastic old Victorian building. I've wanted to do a ghost hunt in here for so long. Finally tonight is that night. I get to come in here and set up and record. I just want to pan the camera around and just show you guys what we are in tonight. This is an absolutely fine example of Victorian entertainment at its very best. This was once twice the capacity of what it is now. I think just over 1,000 people can sit in this theatre, and it was obviously a lot bigger back when the Victorians had their big stage extravaganzas. Just behind this safety curtain is the site of Bob and his fatal incident with the cannonball all those years ago. We're going to see if we can contact Bob in here tonight. So this is it. I've got this entire theatre in here all to myself. I've seen so many shows in here, from stand-up comedy. I've come to see pantomimes in here. I find it quite amazing to just stand in this room where all that laughter, all that energy, people laughed at every joke, people shouting out, people just hustle together for a night out, enjoying a night of comedy. And of course that's gone back hundreds of years, gone back to big stage shows. So I'm just going to introduce myself. My name is Rob. I am purely here out of respect, just to have a chat with you, really, see who's about in this theatre, see who's still around, whose spirit is still around, and hopefully maybe connect with you tonight, hear your story, find out for the people at home who are tuning into this, watching this, listening to this, who want to see a little bit behind the scenes of one of Newcastle's most infamously haunted buildings, the Tyne Theatre and Opera House. So if anybody in here wants to make a noise, just to let me know of your presence. If you can do so, you can maybe tap on a seat, you can maybe make a bang. I know that I just want to point out the floor I'm on at the minute is quite noisy to walk on. It's a bit carpeted further on. I think I'll go a little bit further around. You can see they've got a little bit of a ramp, just because they've got a production that's going to be coming in here in a few nights' time. They need to get all the equipment up onto the stage. That's the best way to do it. So from the back there, up, and that's how they get the big speakers, the big props. We know this tragedy happened in this theatre, so if someone would like to come and make their presence known, can you tap on something, bang on something? There's floorboards creaking under my feet. Or maybe you want to show yourself to me if you're up in the stalls. We just have a little bit of traffic noise outside. And of course, Newcastle is always a vibrant city, so there will be people outside the theatre. What is your story? Why are you still here in this theatre? I mean, I guess you like to watch some of the shows that take place in here. You must see all kinds. Some of the modern stuff. You've probably been here since Victorian times. Can you sit on one of the seats? These are seats that just fold down and then you let go and you spring them back up. If you're around, can you do that? so many little emergency lights, it's finding it hard to focus the infrared. Take a little walk around the side. This really is one of the finer theatres you'll probably ever go into. I just want to show you just how amazing this place is. It's so old, it's so traditional. I just want to take you to the side of the stage here. You've got little doors that take you through box A, but really they just take you around here. Pointless door, isn't it? You just walk around. And then of course you've got up here, you can go onto the stage, which have got a nice little blue illumination. We're going to go up there a little bit later on. I'm going to try and use some gadgets, some equipment a little bit later on. It's trying to find that right mix as well of using equipment that's, you know, a lot of people like the gadgets, a lot of people like using electronic equipment. Some people just like to use eyes and ears and just get a feel of the place. Okay guys, I'm going to use Spirit Box on here. I'm going to see if I can get any voices to come forward. Hello, my name's Rob. I just want to see if anybody wants to come forward tonight and talk to me. Is there anybody in this theatre? Can you come forward and tell me your name? Did you die in this building? Was that a voice? What was your name? Are you Bob? Am I talking to Bob? Bob, you can come and talk to me, it's okay. Did you have an accident in here?
You're probably wondering why you're not hearing any music or radio station bleeds coming through the Spirit Box. That's because this version I've got and I'm using has been detuned, meaning it's only purely sweeping white noise, and you're not hearing anything from the FM band, meaning that these faint voices you're hearing are not coming from any radio station. Are these voices from beyond the grave? Next, I'm going to use the Geoport, a device which uses electromagnetic energy and converts that into audio using a sound bank.
It's hard to get any sense of what comes through the Spirit Box, but I've got the Geoport set up ready to go. So spirits, if you want to come and talk to me, use this EMF nodule on the top here. You can put your energy through it, and it's got a built-in voice box, so we can hear your voice. You can try and say words to me. I just want to know if we can speak to Bob or Robert, however you want it to be called, or maybe anyone who's linked to this theatre who's still present. You can come through. Bring the box with me. Can I speak to anyone, please? Can you tell me your name? I want to try and speak to Bob. Is Bob around? Hello? What's your name? I'm walking close to the spot where Bob died. Can Bob come and talk to me? Can you tell me where it was you died? Over there. It's got quite a sticky floor. Apologies for the sticking sounds. Oh, it's creaking. Oh, it's me. If I press that, it causes that to creak. It's Bob here. Bob, I've heard about your accident and I'm really sorry. One thing I hope was that you didn't suffer too much pain. What was it like moving to, you're in the afterlife now? Do you still stay here and watch the shows? The comedy? The singing, the pantomimes? Where are you sat? Are you standing or sitting in here? Are you in the stalls? Did you say we are sat? Are you in front of me? Which part of the theatre are you in? Higher up. Are you on the first level? How high are you? At the very top? I really love your theatre, it's beautiful. I totally respect it. If I walk past you, will you tell me where you're sitting? all the way up. I sound like I'm sitting in the show or shadows.
With a presence in the theatre being felt, I decided to move onto the stage, which is behind a safety screen.
So I've moved onto the stage. Now you couldn't see the stage before because we just even weird noises, like a draft blowing through this place. I'm on the stage. Now, obviously I couldn't see the stage before where I was because they've got the safety screen down. Straight away, let's get some IR light on that. Something's rattling around the back of here. Is this the wind? Obviously a door. Yeah. I think that's air coming through. That could be outside, but obviously if you watched the intro of this video, you know what's at the back of this theatre. It's a little bit macabre. So, you know, taxis going past, horns in the background. This is it, this is the stage. You can see up there all the lighting. And it is said to be on this very stage where Bob had his unfortunate demise. The cannon on its rail malfunctioning, falling right down. Something like those ladders, it's just a little bit creepy. I hope that's a back door. I think it should be. Let's turn the IR light up a little bit. Bob, Robert, if you're with me, can you just let me know of your presence? Why are those like? Now I can hear some outdoor noise. I can hear cars, I can hear traffic. All these shows that you've seen, whether you've seen a stand-up comic, they come through. That's the way to the dressing rooms, through that fire exit. Obviously there'll be some sort of curtain, that's the curtain there. And then they sort of walk along here like this and then enter stage. There'll obviously be stage hands here with all the sound equipment that you don't see just off. And then you go through that door, leads you back into the main theatre, and then out onto the stage which has got the safety curtain up. And you'd be standing in front of literally over 1,000 people. You often wonder what it's like being a stand-up comic or someone who just has to stand here, not even with any props or anything, and just has to be funny for a couple of hours. Even those ladders rattling again. Now that is an outside door. I'm assuming that if I lifted that door it would go straight outside, but obviously it's very unnerving. So it's here where Bob died. Tragic death. Bob, can you make a noise for me? People still see you in this theatre. Oh, I heard a click. Could it be something mechanical? It sounded metallic. There are pieces of metallic machinery up there. Obviously part of the whole functionings of this theatre. That was someone trying to make contact with me. Can you do that noise again? Should we get the spirit box going? Bob, were any of the spirits of this theatre come forward? You can talk to me. This device I've got on my camera, you might not have seen it before. It allows other people to see. Again, that wasn't the wind, because, well, you would hear the wind, wouldn't you? If that was someone, can you do that again? That wasn't the wind. We need to get the spirit box out. I'm sweeping the white noise for you. If you want to come and talk to me, use this box in my hand. Is Bob or Bessie with me? Bessie, I know you had a really tough time, really hard day. This is the stage you died on. Are you still here? People have seen a lady in this theatre. We want to know who she is, who our identity is. We want to put a name to you. This is your chance to tell us who you are. I'm hearing voices coming through, but I really want to get the geoport on, get something a little bit more audible to listen to. Whoa, I just need to walk into that. A bit of stage prop, bit of the curtain. Bob, people say you're the most famous ghost that haunts this theatre. We just want to know your story, if that's okay with you, with us. We just want to know why you're still here. Would you like to come and talk to me? Whereabouts on the stage did it happen? guessing it fell from quite a height. And I'd imagine it was pretty much instantaneous. Is Bessie with you? People say that they still see you in your seat in the theatre. Are you someone who's buried down the back of this theatre? Is this theatre built above your grave? Is that who's haunting this place? Obviously, if you can make any of these voices out, let me know. Bob or Bessie? You're one of the most famous ghosts in Newcastle. How does that make you feel? People talk about you a lot. What an incredible place to be. Use your energy. Bob, what's it like to pass over? What's it like on the other side? Can you manifest yourself so I can see you? I'd love to just see what you look like. Oh, I've gone really out of focus. It's rattling over there. Big cold draft, possibly a bit of wind from the back. Bob, is that you? I'm assuming it's the wind. It's this stage where Bessie collapsed with typhoid. Some say she died of a broken heart. She found out earlier that day that her husband had died, and that it's a broken heart that was her official cause of death. Bob, is Bessie with you? Are you with each other on the other side? How many spirits are in this place? I'm using... So let's put the geoport to one side. I'm going to use a voice bank. It's a simple app that has thousands of sounds in it, phonetical sounds, and spirits can come and try and put them together to make words. It's a little bit clearer than the geoport. It will sound like lots of sounds, but trust me, you get some interesting results come through. Let's start it up. Can I speak to Bob? Is Bessie here? Bessie Featherstone, are you here? Yes? Have you got a message for anybody on the living side? Can a spirit tell me how many people are here on the spirit side? How many spirits haunt this building? One.
There's definitely some kind of presence lurking about in the theatre. I decide to head down below the stage to a part that's not usually open to the public. This is a part of the theatre that is built directly above what was once a Jewish burial ground.
Welcome back to the Tyne Theatre. I am currently below stage where all of the mechanisms take place. Now, I did say at the start, this when the Victorians used this as a theatre, they would have former sailors pulling these ropes because it was such a big thing to do. Not anybody could just do this. And then I just want to bring your attention to what I'm looking at right now is the replica of the chute that was used to roll the cannonball down. This was above the stage on the fateful night when it fell, and the cannon, which I can show you, is just in there, which I can tell you I cannot. Oh, look how heavy that is. That is. I can't even roll it. Put it this way, Bob didn't stand a chance. Okay, now we do have a little bit of light in here, some emergency lights on. We can't turn those off, but we will put the night vision on just so you can see a little bit. So we are directly below the stage. I just want to show you a few things. We've seen the cannonball props. Down here we have got the really bottom, the bowels of this theatre, which I'm going to try and show you if I can get in here. This is literally out of bounds to general public. Down there is the bottom now. You get to it by going down here, which I've been told they don't want me going down there, but we can still talk down there. We can speak out, see if any spirits want to communicate. Is anybody here with me? We know there's some graves down the back of there. Can a spirit make a noise? Here's some equipment running as I go round the back. Literally, this is a stage door, by the way, a platform, so they can get themselves up onto stage via this little machinery I've got with me, beside me rather. Got an EMF meter with me. Is there any spirits present here in the Tyne Theatre? Can you come forward? Is your grave directly below us at the back of this theatre? When they built this theatre, they built over part of a Jewish graveyard. Can you make a tap or a bang for me? Also, I just want to show you another piece of history, take you to another exciting place. If you just look down here, through this door, this leads directly below the Tyne Theatre. In fact, if you look up there, you can see the auditorium. That's the bottom of the stage, just there. Just there. This is now going underneath the Tyne Theatre. This is just part of the old Victorian structure. I'm told if you go right to the back here and have a little look, crouch down, look at this, you can still see cobbled pavement. This is part of the original street that this was built over when they expanded this theatre. They've gone out and there's sand, it's like concrete. We are right underneath the Tyne Theatre now. Part of the original streets of Newcastle. I'm going to have to take a picture of this because this is something that you don't get to see every day. Whoa. I heard a sigh. Spirit? Is that you? Can you do that noise again for me? I thought I heard a sigh. Can you do that again, please? I'm walking back out. Whoa, I saw a shadow move. Might have been my shadow. Just at the corner of my eye I saw movement. Just down to the left. Is there someone with me? Oh, something's banged. Something's banged there. Oh, it's this cable. It's causing that to bang. That was me. That was me. It's just a metal thing that I think's being rested up against the wall there. This is such a creepy thing. I mean, a lot of people didn't even know that this even exists. Right below the theatre. I'm going to take some pictures, obviously, for Instagram. Back up to the stage there. Oh, I am standing on literally everything right now. What's through here? It's like a little workshop area. So creepy. So creepy. I want to get the geoboard on. Let's get the geoboard going. Hello, spirits. Why did they come and build on your graves? I find that so disrespectful. Obviously, land is money. Is your grave one of the graves down there? Bob, will you come and talk to me? Were you somebody that played on the stage in a play, in a pantomime? I'm going to take this geoport to where I thought I heard some whispering earlier on. Right at the bottom now. Someone with me? I'm going to spend a bit of time down here. I think we need to spread out across this theatre. We haven't got long left, and I really want to get to the top of the stalls. How many spirits are down here? So Bob's accident was up there. I don't know if you're picking any of these noises up at home. Any of these words coming through the geoport. Some say it's like a telephone to the dead.
I decide to head back into the auditorium. After all, this is where the geoport did originally say that the spirit was sitting at the back, and it's also been said that was Bob's preferred seat as well. But before that, have a listen to the strange interference I picked up whilst I was down below the main auditorium.
The corner of my eye I saw movement, just down to the left. Is there someone with me? The corner of my eye I saw movement, just down to the left. Is there someone with me?
I have never heard anything like this on a recording before.
Because of health and safety, I've got to have the lights on to come up this high in the theatre. You join me at the gallery here in the Tyne Theatre. Now, for health and safety, I've got to have lights on so we're not in the dark, but you get such a spectacular view looking down. This is, if you've got vertigo, don't come up here. Wow, I'm going to just get a lovely shot of this theatre. I'm going to call out, I'm going to call down, because I did get something through the geoport earlier that said up in the top, up in the shadows. Wow. This really is a beautiful theatre. Is there any spirits down there? Was that you? I heard a tap. What the hell? Right at the very top, right at the very back. Hearing all kinds of noises down there. Was that you? I heard a tap. What the hell? Right at the very top, right at the very back. Hearing all kinds of noises down there. Obviously I can't lean any further forward because I've got a railing in front of me. I don't let people sit right at the very front just in case there is a fall or an accident. You would stand absolutely no chance. Over there we've got the boxes where the very posh sit. That was once one of them up there as well, but that's now blocked up. You can't go up there into that sort of area. And of course, Tyne Theatre, a charity if you want to support the arts here in Newcastle. That's how you can text and make a donation to keep this fantastic building going. And if I just show you up here, you can see look how high you can go. Right up to the dome. This dome is quite essential to the theatre. It gives it all the acoustic sounds. You don't get the echo, you don't get the clap. You know, if you do a clap, you don't get the bounce back echo. Just simply because of the physics. And of course, this beautiful light right in the middle of the room. There's a spirit down there. Can you make another tap or another bang? I'd love to be able to hear you. So much tragedy has happened in this place, this beautiful place where people just bring all their energy together, whether it's comedy, whether it's pantomime, tragedies. It's all happened in this building. The walls have absorbed so much energy over the years. People often see shadows moving up here out the corner of their eye. Yep. Whoa. Hello? Is someone down there? I don't know if that came from here or right down at the bottom. Can you do that again? Traffic. That was traffic outside. It is a night time we are recording this. It is a night time that we are doing this on. Newcastle city centre is vibing.
My short time inside the Tyne Theatre and Opera House has come to an end. It's an interesting place with a very interesting history. Unfortunately, you can't come here and do public ghost hunts, but I did my best to try and find out for you what is really haunting this building. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to the Dead Air channel. We've got some amazing more locations coming up there very, very soon. Don't forget to check out some of the other videos we've got.